Ukrainians' key weapon for the next stage of war. Since Moscow invaded its neighbor in late February, the US has been by far the biggest provider of military assistance to Ukraine in its conflict with Russia, supplying $15.2 billion in weapon packages. With the aid of this sophisticated warfare, Ukraine had been pounding Russian positions with precision rocket systems supplied by the United States. At the moment, the war has entered a decisive position. Recently, a massive fire was reported coming from the direction of the recently freed city of Kherson in southern Ukraine. Zelensky has requested the Allies to help Ukraine strengthen its air defense system. In response to the request, the US has decided to give Ukraine the Patriot missiles to augment its air defenses. Patriot Missile Long-Range Air Defense System. A long-range, all-altitude, all-weather air defense system called Patriot MIN-104 can thwart tactical ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and cutting-edge aircraft. It is made by Lockheed Martin Missiles and Fire Control in Florida and Raytheon in Massachusetts. The Patriot is used by the US and its allies, which also include Germany, Greece, Israel, Japan, Kuwait, the Netherlands, Saudi Arabia, South Korea, Poland, Sweden, Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, Romania, Spain, and Taiwan. The missile has a maximum altitude of more than 24 kilometers and a range of 70 kilometers. Less than 9 seconds is the shortest possible flying time, and 3.5 minutes is the longest possible. In addition to the PAC-3 missile, the GMT missile offers improved air breathing, cruise, and ballistic missile defense. The US Army received the first updated forebodies in November 2002. Patriot cost. The Patriot system and its missiles have seen constant improvement over time. According to CSIS's July Missile Defense Assessment, the Patriot system's current interceptor missile costs roughly $4 million per round, while the launchers cost nearly $10 million each. At that expense, utilizing the Patriot to shoot down the significantly smaller and less expensive Iranian drones that Russia has been acquiring and employing in Ukraine is neither cost-effective nor optimum. Mark Kanchin, a former colonel in the Marine Corps Reserves and senior advisor at CSIS, stated that launching a $1 million missile at a $50,000 drone was a losing strategy. The Patriot missile. What can it do for Ukraine? Patriot missile systems have long been a sought-after protection against incoming missiles for the United States and its allies in conflict zones throughout the world. They take precautions against possible attacks from Iran, Somalia, and North Korea in Europe, the Middle East, and the Pacific. The announcement this week that the United States will deliver a Patriot missile battery to Ukraine, something Ukrainian President Zelensky has been requesting for months to bolster his nation's air defenses, marked a significant turning point. The accord has been verified by US officials. However, analysts warn that the device may not be a major changer in the conflict because of its limited effectiveness. According to Tom Caracco, director of the Missile Defense Project at the Center for Strategic and International Studies, the Patriot system is one of the most widely operated, reliable, and proven air missile defense systems out there, and the theater ballistic missile defense capability could aid in defending Ukraine against Iranian-supplied ballistic missiles. Why is the US sending Patriot missiles? The United States is sending Patriot to Ukraine for 3 reasons: to show Ukraine that it has strong political support, to assist in defending against Russian missile attacks that are pummeling Ukrainian cities and disrupting utilities, and because there aren't many other air defenses the United States can send. Since the conflict's inception, Russia has targeted Ukraine with missiles and drone attacks. These attacks had decreased throughout the summer as Russian missile stocks decreased, but they escalated once more in October. The populace of Ukraine has been significantly impacted by these recent attacks because they attacked the electrical infrastructure and other utilities. This led to escalating demands for better air defense capabilities. According to recent press reports, Russia may be purchasing more ballistic missiles to deploy in the battle. The US has contributed 1,600 Stingers, 4 Avengers, Stinger missiles on a truck, and 2 NASAMS from its already depleted stock. There wasn't much more that could be sent without removing systems from already existing troops or jeopardizing other war plans. Radar of Patriot Air Defense System. The ANMPQ-53 Phased Array Radar performs the following tasks: search, target detection, tracking and identification, missile tracking and guidance, and electronic countermeasure. The Engagement Control Station's digital weapons control computer uses a cable link to automatically control the radar, which is installed on a trailer. The radar system can track up to 100 targets, has a range of up to 100 kilometers and can deliver missile guidance information for up to 9 missiles. Raytheon is modernizing the Patriot radars used by the U.S. Army. The upgrade kits give the radar more power and offer the wideband capability for better target differentiation. The weapon control computer may send missile guidance commands and monitor the missile's flight via the command uplink and TVM downlink. The TVM guidance system kicks in as the missile approaches the target, steering it in that direction. The high explosive warhead is set off by a proximity fuse. Concerns with deployment. The U.S. has been unwilling to deploy the sophisticated system for months since sending forces into Ukraine to run it is a non-starter for the Biden administration. A Patriot battery can require up to 90 troops to operate and maintain it. However, there were also worries that the system's deployment may anger Russia or run the risk of a missile being fired and ending up within Russia, which would escalate the confrontation. The U.S. intention to send powerful air defense missiles to Ukraine would be another aggressive step by the U.S., the Russian Foreign Ministry warned recently, and could elicit a response from Moscow. Officials claim that U.S. reluctance to provide the Patriots was ultimately overridden by the urgent appeals of Ukrainian leaders and the severe destruction of the nation's civilian infrastructure, including loss of electricity and heat as winter drags on. Training is going to be a big obstacle. Ukrainian personnel will need to be trained by American troops on how to operate and maintain the system. Soldiers from the Army are thoroughly trained before being deployed to Patriot battalions so they can detect a target, lock on with radar, and fire. The high-mobility artillery rocket systems, among other sophisticated weaponry, have been taught to Ukrainian soldiers by the United States. They've frequently been able to speed up the training process and get Ukrainian troops to the front lines in a matter of weeks. Information on the length of time and location of the Patriots training has been withheld by officials. Does Patriot signal a rise in the level of hostilities? Although Russia has called the Patriot transfer a provocative move and threatened consequences, there has been no rise in tensions. Patriot is an anti-aircraft defense system that will primarily target unmanned systems and possibly a few planes. It stands for a non-escalator strategy against the air threat. Furthermore, it avoids invading Russian territory or sending NATO troops into Ukraine, 2 red lines that Russia has set. However, Patriot will make it more challenging for Russian air operations. Russia's response to the Patriot missiles. In a blunt statement that was swiftly dismissed by Washington, the Russian Foreign Ministry said on Thursday that if the United States provided Ukraine with advanced air defense systems, those systems and any troops who accompanied them would be a legitimate target for the Russian military. The words were exchanged amid rising Russian-American tensions over the now 10-month-old conflict in Ukraine. According to Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Maria Zakharova, the United States has essentially become a party to the conflict by supplying Ukraine with weapons and training its forces. If rumors regarding American plans to give Kyiv a Patriot surface-to-air missile system come to pass, she continued, it would be another provocative move by the U.S., and it would deepen its engagement in hostilities with potential consequences. Any weapon systems supplied to Ukraine, including the Patriot, along with the personnel servicing them, have been and will remain legitimate priority targets for the Russian armed forces, Zakharova declared. Volodymyr Zelensky has long requested more long-range missile systems from the United States and NATO partners. Zelensky expressed gratitude to the U.S. for its ongoing assistance and requested greater air defense assistance in a conversation with U.S. President Joe Biden last Sunday. Zelensky is optimistic that they will be able to push back the Russian aggression and take back their occupied areas. Make sure to let us know your thoughts down below. Subscribe to the channel as a sacrifice to the gods of the algorithm. Thanks for watching.